Alright, another Q&A. Only took me like 5 days, but it's here. Alright, first question is, do you like Witchfinder General? I have never listened, so that is unknown. I'll have to give him a listen. Okay, next question is, adding on to questions, what's your thoughts on Black Lightning Crown by Danzig? I thought it was killer, the guitars were heavy as hell. I know a lot of people said it sucked, but I think it'd be interesting to know someone else's opinion besides the keyboard warrior's opinion. Yeah, totally. I like it. I think it's good. I've seen a lot of comments on videos of songs saying the production like sucks and that's why people don't like it. But like, I feel like that's not a fair criticism because have you heard the production of like Misfits songs? Like, it's not good either. And I feel like that adds to the charm of it, honestly. You know, that's just punk for you, but I don't have a problem with it, you know. Is it a Danzig 1 or a Danzig 3? No. You know, what can you do? But I think it's good, you know. I have no problem with it. I think it's good. I think people need to shut up, honestly. Like, you know, not everybody's gonna always like it, but I feel like the production criticism, that's really the main one I've seen. It's just not fair, because, I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be polished and clean. That's not what it's about, and honestly, I prefer it. You know, that way, when everything is, you know, perfectly clear and polished, it's kind of lifeless, so, you know, A+ from me. I think it's good. Maybe an A-. I don't know. Alright, next question is, do you play any other instruments? Sort of? Okay, first, I don't know if this counts, but I did do recorder in 5th grade. Somehow, I learned all the songs we were supposed to learn, because every time we learned a song, we put a little rubber band on the end of the recorder, and I got all mine. They're gone now. My sister used my recorder when she did it, and she had to cut all my rubber bands off. But the only song I remember is Hot Cross Buns. I don't know how I learned all the others, but I only know one song. So yeah. Does that count? I don't know. Next, actually, I did play the flute in 6th grade. Now I'm using play very loosely as a term, because I never really quite learned how to play. So the story goes, here's all the lore, get ready. In 6th grade, I missed a few months of school and ended up going to school in like October, I think, because that summer I had surgery and had to basically relearn how to walk again. So that's what I spent those months doing, and obviously I couldn't go to school. I did schoolwork at home. And before you freak out like, oh my god, it wasn't that hard actually. You know, I didn't find it that hard, you know, but now I can walk miles without any pain at all. But yeah, so had to relearn how to walk. I didn't think it was that hard. So physical therapy, all that great stuff. And so I kind of missed when they actually taught you how to play stuff in band. And I only did band because if you did band or chorus, you could get out of PE. And they also had the Disney trip, or the band would go to Disney band and chorus, but didn't get to do that because of COVID, so, and I'd quit. I was like, this isn't worth my time, so yeah. When I came to school, I only picked flute because my friend was doing it, and I didn't really know what else to do, because I don't really care for anything. So I was like, well, I'll get to sit next to her if I do flute. And so the first day, or actually no, the first day we had a substitute, so I didn't even get to play. But once the actual teacher came back, the whole class, he sent us in a different room and tried to have my friend teach me how to play, and she didn't know much more than I did. So we sat in there the whole class. She's like yelling at me, and I can't get it down. I couldn't even like blow into the flute hole to get a note out. Worst idea ever. I have asthma. I can't breathe very well. I get out of breath after 3 notes. So yeah, I never quite learned. And when I didn't attend any of the concerts either. One, I was sick, and the other one, I had a bunch of work I had to catch up on, so I just stayed home and did that and didn't go. Probably good I didn't do that. I've learned one like piece of music because every couple weeks we'd like work on one thing in the book and we'd all go around and play it. Like the teacher would have everybody do it on their own. And for a while he let me not do it because I didn't know it, and then finally he was like, okay, you gotta do this now. So for like a week at least, I practiced this one piece of music, I don't know what it was, and I come back, and we move on to the next one. And I was like, are you kidding me? So yeah, I just kind of gave up after that. So yeah, that's my story. I kind of rambled on about that, but then after that, nothing else until guitar, which I guess I was in 8th grade? 9th? 8th? End of 8th grade? I started guitar again in March of 2022. So that's like right before the summer, and then I went into 9th. Not that it matters, I was just doing the math. And now, wait, no, what? Now I'm going into 11th this year. Geez, that's crazy. That's kind of scary. I'm thinking too much about this. I don't want to be in 11th grade. Okay. Next question. What is your opinion on Prague? And I was confused at first, so they meant like prog rock and prog metal. That's what I thought, but I just want to make sure I wasn't missing something. I don't know. I don't really know what classifies as prog rock or prog metal, honestly. So I don't know if I've listened to it. You know, I guess not much, probably. I don't like when music is too technical. Like, I really like when songs are simple so I can learn them on guitar, because that makes them, for some reason, a lot more enjoyable to listen to when it's like, oh yes, I can go and play this. Or it's like, oh yes, I could probably play this. So when a song's too hard, it's like, okay, this is cool, but I don't have such an appreciation for it because I can't really play it. So, you know, all the fancy, complex prog stuff, I don't know if I'd like. You know, I can appreciate the musicianship of it. Like, dang, that takes a lot of skill, but like, you know, I just go back to a song with 2 chords, and they're both power chords on the same frets, and might enjoy that more. But that's only because I suck. So yeah. Next, opinion on vinyl versus digital. Do records sound better? I don't know. On my $60 record player, I'm not really sure. I buy records mainly not necessarily for the sound, but more for the experience of it, if that makes sense. You know, you could go on your phone, hit play on a song, and listen to it. Or you could go out, find a record store, search the whole store, dig through all the bins, find a record, spend your hard-earned money on it, go home, open it up, take a look at it, put it on the record player, drop the needle down, then listen to it. And I really like that process, I guess, and the excitement of being on the lookout for records. That's why I prefer to find them in a store than order them online. And also because I don't trust ordering from online, man. The mail person's gonna, just chuck that thing across the yard and it might get messed up, or I might forget about it and leave it out and it'll warp. So yeah, sound I'm not so picky with. I don't really care for that. I do think, there's definitely a difference, obviously, from listening to music in my headphones or listening to a record. I do like the sound of a record. It's something that you can't really replicate, but I don't mind listening on my phone. I can't just bring my records with me everywhere, so if I'm out, that's what I do, and that's what most people would do. But yeah, that's the main reason I buy records, is for that experience. And it's just so rewarding when you finally find this album. And it's just like that dopamine hit, I guess, more than anything. But yeah. Alright, last question is, Taylor Swift is a big Def Leppard fan. Do you like them? And this was on my video, my first Q&A, where I mentioned that when I was younger, I bought a few Taylor Swift CDs. And I do still have them. Do I listen to them? No, I do not. No, I don't really listen to Def Leppard. I'm not a huge fan of like the glam rock or glam metal bands. They're a little cheesy to me, I will say. Maybe if I had like grown up in that time where they were really popular, maybe I'd have a different opinion. But when it comes to metal, I started with, I guess you could say heavier. I mean, I started with mostly thrash and punk, really. So, going and listening to Def Leppard or, Kiss or something is kind of like, oh, this is kind of silly. But I think that's why. So, I'm not a Def Leppard fan. Are they horrible? No. Have I really listened to them that much? Also no. Maybe I should. Maybe I'm missing out. Who knows? But yeah, when it comes to that, I am not super into it. If anybody has any recommended bands or songs that'll maybe change my mind, let me know. Because I'm open to it. I'm open to any music. If you can convince me that it's good, go right ahead. Yeah, those are all the questions. I hope I answered those clearly and somewhat concisely. And again, drop more below. I don't know why I said drop. People always say drop, but like, you're not dropping it, you're typing it. I don't know. But yeah. Sorry this one took so long, but I had to go off to a different state and do fun things. My apologies. So yeah. Goodbye.